welcome back. It's been a minute since I did a video. Part of that being because I have been very busy recently binging Soy Luna. That's been like my whole life other than on the days that I've been working. So that's part of why I haven't been doing a lot, and part of why for this video, which is supposed to be me being like, hey, this is part 1 of my book club book that we're working on for this month, I'm also behind on that book. I'm to like chapter 6, so I've made decent progress, but technically I'm supposed to be up to chapter 10 based on the schedule we have, but I've just been so busy with Soy Luna and only wanting to watch that and not doing any reading or anything besides work, and so yeah, that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, so we're reading Where the Crawdads Sing with my book club for this month. We're supposed to be on chapter 10 today, so I'll have some catching up to do for next week's reading, unless I just get caught up in Soy Luna again, and then I'll just be even more behind. But anyways, based on what I've done with this book so far, it seems like it's going to be a little bit of a thriller. The blurb for it and stuff also describes it as a coming-of-age story. I think it's been a pretty popular book overall. I definitely heard about it, and even before my book club had picked it a few months ago, I had tried reading it on my own, but I got an audiobook for that, and I wasn't super interested in it, so I ended up returning it. And now that I'm in the book, I'm kind of having the same feelings and thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't the audiobook that was the problem. Maybe I'm just not super interested in the story yet. Hopefully it gets better and more interesting, since it is supposed to have those thriller mystery aspects, and I do usually like that kind of story. But so far that's where I'm at, where it's I don't really know that I like it yet. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll keep working on it, keep reading it. Since it's for my book club and I'm supposed to be hosting things and asking the questions to my book club group, I do kind of need to keep working on it, so that'll be a thing that I'll keep working on. I did ask a couple kind of generic questions for this session since I hadn't completely finished everything. I didn't know what to say for sure, but I asked about how people felt about the marsh setting in the book compared to other ones we've read in our book club so far. And I think my feelings is I really like the marsh setting. I think that part's really interesting. I like the descriptions that there have been of the marsh. It's just specifically that the story that's going along with it isn't super interesting to me yet, so we'll see how it goes. I did also ask if people had any predictions for the story going forward. And I think for me, I'll just be interested to see how the mystery aspects of it play out. I'm kind of curious why all of the main character's siblings and even her mom left her with her dad when he's this abusive guy, and why they didn't try to take her with them. And I hope that kind of gets explained, and I hope we get a little bit less of the switching timelines, because so far I'm not sure why we're switching timelines, and it hasn't seemed like a very useful thing. And this timelines are only 10 years-ish apart, so it's past and present kind of retelling thing going on, and it's just not my favorite plot device. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I enjoy it more as we keep going. But yeah, if you want to keep reading, or if you want to try to read along, for our next part, we're going to try to get through, over the next week, so through next Saturday, we're going to be trying to get through part 1 of the story, which, if I look really fast, is up to page 146, so through chapter 21, and that's what our next section is going to be. So if you want to join in on the book club and read along, tell me if you like this book more than me and what you're liking about it and that kind of thing, feel free to join along. If you've even read this book before and have some thoughts on the first 10 chapters, since that's what this section was supposed to be for this week, feel free to comment down below. I'd be interested to hear discussion about it and why other people do like this story. But yeah, that's all I've got for now. This is the Umlaut Harper signing out.